Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Alberta News and Views. This just in from Trudeau Media Corp. Donald Trump promises 25% tariff on products from Canada and Mexico. Trump made the announcement on a Truth Social post. We're going to read that in 1 second. Jagmeet Singh says, Justin, you cannot keep your head in the sand. Stand up and fight like hell. Canadian jobs are on the line. Absolutely everything Jagmeet Singh says is irrelevant. Jagmeet Singh supports everything that he complains about. If he actually cared about democracy and Canadians, this post would have said, Justin Trudeau, I am not supporting you anymore. The coalition is done and you need to call an election. But of course, he did not do that because he does not care about you, jobs, or the economy, democracy. He doesn't care about anything. He only cares about himself. That is Jagmeet Singh. This is what Donald Trump had to say. As everyone is aware, thousands of people are pouring through Mexico and Canada, bringing crime and drugs at levels never seen before. Right now, a caravan coming from Mexico, composed of thousands of people, seems to be unstoppable in its quest to come through our currently open border. On January 20th, as one of my many first executive orders, I will sign all necessary documents to charge Mexico and Canada a 25% tariff on all products coming into the United States and its ridiculous open borders. This tariff will remain in effect until such time as drugs, in particular fentanyl, and all illegal aliens are pretty much all stopped in their tracks. And the Trump effect, it takes hold really, really fast. This just in. National Post, Mark Miller, the sinister minister of immigration, completely destroyed Canada's immigration system and our economy at the same time. Miller to propose changes to immigration and asylum because he has to. He has to. I just posted today that on average, one immigrant costs Canadians it's around $82,000 a year. That's only one. And there is a backlog for years now for them to get their paperwork so they can start working. This will destroy the middle class. The only way to pay for all of these people in Canada is to raise taxes, which is why taxes will constantly go up everywhere because all of our social programs are collapsing. We are in a state of stagflation. Our productivity is in decline. Chrystia Freeland would have you believe that everything is great in Canada, that our economy is just booming. It can boom all at once. It doesn't pay to work in Canada anymore because all of our money goes to taxes, so nobody is going to work hard. It's done. This is from Doug Ford. A 25% tariff would be devastating to workers and jobs in both Canada and the United States. The federal government needs to take the situation at our border seriously. We need a Team Canada approach and response, and we need it now. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau must call an urgent meeting with all premiers. No, Dougie. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau must call an election. We need an election. We need to get rid of his government because Donald Trump and his administration cannot stand Justin Trudeau. Can't stand him. Moving on. This is from Fred Delory. He was the former national campaign manager for the Conservative Party. He raises a really good point right here. He says, Democrats lost the presidency, the House, and the Senate in the United States by ignoring what people were going through. Liberals aren't just copying that mistake, they are perfecting it. 1,000%, that is exactly what is going on right now. Justin Trudeau needs to call an election. His whole Liberal NDP government has collapsed all of our social programs. All of it. Like I said, it does not pay to work. They did that. Taxation is theft and taxes are going up. Pierre Poilievre says, hungry? Question mark. Can't afford a home? Question mark. You just need to get with the vibe. And this is how utterly incompetent Chrystia Freeland is. Remember when Justin Trudeau said, we need to talk about the she session? They always think about these ridiculous buzzwords to try and gain some traction with all of their shit policy that they constantly ram down our throats. So now Chrystia Freeland is saying that the GST holiday is to lift people up and get them out of, and get with the vibe session, get them out of this slump that they're feeling.
People have been talking about a vibe session and how that is a challenge for the Canadian economy.
Stagflation, it doesn't pay to work. I see it every day. 18 to 25-year-olds in Canada cannot find a job. The most important people that need to be working and getting an experience right now are getting nothing. They're getting the shaft from their government. I'm going to end with this post from Michelle Ferreri. It's amazing. This will provide you some insight into why there is so much crime and chaos in Canada. The Liberal Party constantly talks about how it's up to the provinces. It's the province's fault that we have all of these people getting out on bail, all of these criminals. It's not. It is right at the federal government, and they are lying. Here is Larry Brock explaining it perfectly.
In our country.
Okay, so Larry Brock, Teco Van Popto, you guys have been lawyer, me. This is Justice Committee, welcome. But Larry, what is he leaving out? Because this is what drives me crazy, and Teco, you must see this all the time. It's everybody else's fault. Oh, I didn't get the email. Oh, I didn't get the phone call. Oh. Yeah. So what do you have here, Larry?
Well, I agree with you. He's taking a victory lap in the House and in this committee as well, claiming that the only bill that he's introduced as minister, Bill C-48, was somehow a success. Bill C-48 simply introduced reverse onus provisions. Still, people are getting released on bail. People who have numerous charges are still being released. Why are they being released? They are being released because of Bill 75, which was introduced in 2018. Now, I want to read out various sections of this because I'm sick and tired of our chief legal officer casting no aspersion against his department and himself, blaming provinces, blaming provincial court judges and justices of the peace for not keeping communities safe. He is not keeping communities safe because he's done nothing with respect to 493.1 of the criminal code. This is what's handicapping our judges and our justice of the peace in releasing those serial violent offenders. It says, in making a decision, a peace officer, a judge, or a justice shall, which is mandatory language, shall give primary consideration to the release of the accused at the earliest reasonable opportunity and on the least onerous conditions that are appropriate in the circumstances. What that means, folks, is it doesn't matter about the offender's background. It doesn't matter what the nature of the offense is. It doesn't matter what the criminal record is. They must consider early release for those offenders, regardless of circumstances, and on the least onerous conditions. That is solely within this federal minister's jurisdiction. He's doing nothing about it because he's weak. The whole government has been weak on bail, and a conservative government is immediately going to repeal Bill 75 to keep our community safe.
Thank you.
Donald Trump is watching us. He is watching what is going on in Canada. And if Justin Trudeau does not fall in line and start aligning his economy and way of life, they will secure their southern and northern border. Who thought that writing bail reform like that was a good idea? Nobody. They did that on purpose. The drugs, the crime, the chaos. It's destabilization and infiltration, digital currency, digital ID, social credit system. That is the end game for all of this controlled demolition of this once prosperous, successful country. Donald Trump is watching Canada, and he knows exactly what is going on up here. And it's a disaster. It's great for Pierre Poilievre, because Pierre Poilievre is aligned pretty much policy-wise a bit and economically. He wants to unleash Canadian energy. so we can start bringing home powerful paychecks. But there is so much systemic corruption that it needs to be dissolved and completely reformed at the federal level. We need Western independence or provincial independence to get our provinces back on track. Every single one. There is way too much infiltration by other countries in Canada. That is the main problem. Over $100 billion a year is laundered through the Canadian real estate market and through the banks. Don't believe me? Google TD Bank laundering money for the cartel. They were busted in the United States and fined. It is everywhere. Everywhere. And it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse until the middle class, the people that just want to work and live their lives, stand up and say, I'm done. I'm done working. Something's got to change. Voting isn't going to change the federal government. It's not. Pierre Poilievre's going to get in there with his ministers, and they're going to do the best they can with a broken down, systemic, absolutely corrupt system. You think of the media, the senators, the judges, the cartel, the dairy cartel, all of the monopoly, the airline, all of the builders, the contractors. It's everywhere. It's unreal. It truly is astounding that it's come to this. We're literally watching the United States on what Donald Trump is going to do, because it'll be a lot more good for Canada than what we can actually do in Canada because of our ridiculous laws. Look at our online censorship. The list goes on. I'm going to keep you updated with as much as I can when I can. All of you out there, like, share, and take care. Please follow me on Substack, Spotify, and on YouTube. And I see you. I read my comments, and I am so grateful that you donate to me, because it's the only way to get your message out. It is the only way, because Trudeau Media Corp isn't going to pay me. He's not going to pay anybody. It's all up to us. Like, share, and take care.